Comcast has gotten merger approval with Time Warner Cable in the state of California, but is objecting to certain stipulations that the government has proposed, specifically better internet for underserved citizens. So what they would want to do, basically they're going to have somewhat of a monopoly, and the government wants to treat them like somewhat of a monopoly. They want there to be a better low-income solution. So right now there's a $10 Internet Essentials program, but it is very hard to sign up for. And it's not very good. And the state,
not particularly fast.
It's pretty slow.
Yeah.
So the state wants it to be, the speeds to be improved. They want it to be more accessible and easy to sign up for. They want it to be more widespread. And Comcast is like, hell no.
Okay, well then I understand that the government might not have the ability to say this, but I will say this, they can go fuck themselves then. Because they already effectively have... Oh, no, sorry. You tell me the specifics.
Yes. Specifically what they want is to double download speeds to 10 megabits per second.
It's at 5? Jesus.
Yeah, it's very bad. Provide free Wi-Fi routers, connect schools and libraries in underserved areas, and sign up at least 45% of eligible households within 2 years.
Okay. Well, I mean, I don't know about that last requirement. I think that if
eligible households, not everybody.
No, I understand that. I'm saying I think that I could see requiring them to advertise it maybe, and that would encourage these communities to sign up. But I think that if they want to sign up, they'll sign up. But I think that if they do sign up, they should, one, be able to, and two, the speeds should actually be relatively usable for modern uses of the internet.
We can't do dial-up anymore. It's just it's not happening with the modern internet.
I mean, I recently got off of, I was having lots of internet problems, and I was very frequently at 5 or below 5 megabits per second, and it is extremely difficult to do anything at that speed. Thankfully, my internet was fixed. But, I mean, the internet is no longer some luxury like
it's
Fox News
essential.
pundits might want. Yeah, for both business, for school.
Yes.
How are you supposed to do your homework, write reports if you can't watch documentaries, read original sources? Like, you need the internet for these things.
Even, like, taking care of utilities or just, like, things you need.
Yeah.
The internet has become a very necessary part of it. There's other provisions that the government is asking for, including stop being so bad at customer service. Basically... You've heard the recordings before. Comcast is very hard to cancel. They want them to stop pressuring people to not cancel their accounts. And also, I don't know, maybe stop changing customers' billing accounts to names like asshole, whore, dummy, and super bitch.
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of rude.
Basically treating their customers the way I just treated them at the beginning of this video. Yeah. You have a responsibility to your customers. I don't have a responsibility to you, so I feel like I can use whatever language I want. This is incredibly frustrating. We recently had what looks like it's going to be a win on net neutrality in terms of the FCC's recommendations.
The vote's not up yet.
No, it's not up yet.
It looks good.
But at least the proposal is good. I mean, look, there's multiple other hurdles that need to be passed. It needs to get through the committee. It needs to survive inevitable court challenges that will come. But we could have lost at this phase. So at least we've won something. And now, like the merger thing that they want to do nationally, that's a different issue. But the idea that they're going to be able to be more of a monopoly. Look, 2 corporations competing in a marketplace is obviously better than 1, but the system that most Americans have access to is effectively monopoly too, because you're supposed to have many different distributors or services or products competing with each other, and if you only have 2, they seem very willing, if not complicit, in keeping speeds low, in keeping the prices high.
They've decided that's what we want, and it's baffling that you could see ISPs dictating what people want. They like waiting needlessly. No.
Yeah, people don't need high-def streaming of Netflix. That's all people want in America.
And then you look at, like, the recent reports that the profit margin is 97% for Comcast, and it's just insane that we have all of this power for the ISPs, and then the rest of us, especially in areas which many of us are in, where there's maybe one option.
Yeah, and also another thing that didn't get nearly as much coverage that the FCC recently did is they redefined what high-speed internet is, which is awesome because they raised the requirements for something to count as high-speed internet to, I believe, 25 megabits per second downloading and something like 10 uploading, and that's like 4 or 5 times higher than it used to be.
Nice.
It was a comically low requirement before, and the cool thing about that is that Comcast and these other companies would often go around saying, well, look, we're not monopolies. We compete in all of these marketplaces. But the only way that they technically competed was that the requirements to compete were so low that they were competing against dial-up internet and other legacy providers and things like that. But now that the definition has been changed, the number of marketplaces that they compete in is going to be much, much lower. And so their monopoly status is going to be incredibly apparent in a way that it artificially hadn't been in the past.
Exactly.
So that's cool. No, but this is one of the issues where Americans just don't know how they're being screwed. Like, our healthcare system is one of the big ones. They don't know how other countries have it better.
Aware, especially if you compare yourself to maybe South
Korea. Like,
many places in Europe,
yeah,
we have
the
got
speed
a terrible
and the prices.
situation, and the power is completely on the other side, on the ISP side or the cable company's side. They're fighting over what to define themselves as. So that's up in the air right now.
The prices are so high. Like, what we pay to rent a modem from Time Warner Cable is what other people pay in other countries for high-speed internet. People need to travel.
It's a ridiculous situation. It needs to be fixed.
Yeah.
I am generally always on the Electronic Frontier Foundation trying to get shit changed. I recommend you do the same. What do you think of these provisions? Are they fair? I mean, given the monopoly status, let us know below in the comments, and please be sure to subscribe.